Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events, and we have a very special event coming up. It is the Leading Waco Women Empowering Through Mentoring. And this is something that I've been involved with since it started several years ago now.
For sure.
But this is a new face. This is Rachel Ligon. And Rachel, you have kind of just moved into this kind of coordinating position through the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce.
That's
relatively recently.
Yes, I've been here since January, so I've hit my 90-day mark, and they've let me stay, so I'm very excited.
So we're good.
Very excited.
We're going. Well, this event is coming up on May 7th. That afternoon, it's a Tuesday afternoon from 3 to 5 at the Cambria Hotel. And it's really a wonderful opportunity for women, professional women, not professional, whatever. It's not just for business women, in other words.
Sure.
But to learn about mentoring and how important that is, not only to the mentor, but the mentee.
For sure. Through Leading Waco Women, our desire is to provide, for sure, encouragement and equipping women to grow personally and professionally. And as we were looking at what was important for those things to happen, we really felt like mentorship was so critical and such a way to empower other women. And so we really wanted to kind of focus on that. We make a kind of an emphasis on that every spring. In the fall, we have another event, which I'll come back and love to talk to you about that then.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have you back because it was the Athena Award.
That's right.
Which is
for sure.
an amazing, wonderful event. But what I love about, both things are important. Service.
For sure. That's what we focus on in the fall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is in the fall. And then the mentoring, and the mentoring workshop has kind of looked different almost every time, which is kind of cool. I mean, there's a kind of a vibrant changeability about it. But to allow women to network, there's really a lot of time to spend at the table in kind of structured.
Absolutely. So we have two great speakers. One is a professor at Baylor named Hope Cook, and she was a 2023 Hankomer School of Business Distinguished Professor. So they don't get that to everybody. So we're really excited to have her. I know her. Fun fact, just because of a relationship she had with my husband's grandmother, who had taught at Baylor for a long time. And
I knew Helen Ligon.
So
very well. As
so
a little
fun.
girl, and my dad taught at the School of Business and Hankomer and economics. So they all had coffee together in the lounge.
For sure. Well, I'm sure she was drinking Dr. Pepper, but yes. So she kind of in a very unstructured way had mentored Hope, and so that's part of her story, and of course part of Hope's story of wanting to mentor other young women. So it's been really exciting, and then we also have Melissa Mines coming, and I have to read her title because I never get it correct. She is the Global Campaign Lead for Enterprise Visualization and Virtualization Solutions for NVIDIA. And what I understand that NVIDIA does is that they create solutions for people working with graphics and for AI companies and for companies that are doing like mapping and modeling or even gaming, so that they are creating solutions so that they can do that better. That is the dumbed down version of how I understand what they do. But it's really exciting what she's doing. And so I'm really thrilled that she's coming. And I'm really excited to hear her story about kind of the women that came before her and the women that she's also pouring into as well. Really excited about that.
Well, it's really, it's always good to see how valuable and important it is to share your knowledge with another maybe younger colleague in the workplace.
And for sure, and a lot of companies don't have official, specific programs for mentorship, but that doesn't mean we can't mentor people, and unofficially, whether that's just, coffee occasionally or just even a sit down, one-on-one with people. Is like, how can we encourage women to kind of take the next step, whether that's, as a mom, as whatever, personally or professionally. We have a few years ahead of them. Man, I can tell I'm a better teacher of what not to do. I've learned the hard way, and I feel as I'm reaching out to younger women too about how that I feel like that's what I bring to the table more than anything else. Is like, I can tell you some things to avoid.
Do not do this
for sure. And so I think that's helpful to kind of hear that, and just to know somebody cares enough to invest in you is huge. That's a huge encouragement. And from my experience with younger women now, they are so open to that, and they're so looking for that.
Yeah, I think they are. These devices are, they're great in a lot of ways, but they have sort of separated us.
For sure.
In really profound ways as well, where we just don't even know how to converse, or spend time one-on-one with somebody without sitting there, So you go to a restaurant.
Has become challenging, yes, for sure.
We're addicted to them, and they're doing some bad things when it comes to our relationships and how we can grow.
And I think, and so mentorship is just a great time to be face to face with someone, a little bit of eye contact, and so for sure, I think that's helpful. And I think that's, I think we're all growing less comfortable with that. The more we have our face on our device, and so. Right. What a great time to let's have an event on Tuesday, May 7th. Right. And we can all look up and look at each other and have a great conversation.
Well, and you'll be at the Cambria Hotel, which is just such a beautiful new venue in Waco. And it's sort of, I don't know, you go in and you think, I'm not in Waco, am I? I mean, it meant in the best possible way. But, I mean, it really, it's just a very sophisticated and kind of cool.
We're excited
to have it. I mean, this is neat.
I just met with some of our people who are doing the decorating, and shout out to decorating team. They're so awesome. I'm really excited. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Well, last year we were at Ridgewood Country Club, and it was tea parties, and I still have my teapot that they gave me. And so it's really. Everyone, like I say, has been kind of different. It had its own flavor, but the concept and the importance of what we're doing is uniform, and that is share what you know with someone and ask. It's important to be a receiver as well, right?
For sure, and a lot of times I find myself not wanting to impart. You need to know people are open to that, and so I think communicating, hey, I would love some feedback.
Sure.
You need to be ready to receive the feedback if you ask for it. But I think even just knowing to ask for that, if you're younger or wherever you are in your profession, asking for feedback, we can only get better if we. And feedback doesn't mean that you're terrible. It just means, hey, this was good. It could have been better with these things added.
Think about these.
And that's encouraging.
Other things,
It's encouraging.
Yeah,
so we're excited. So it's for sure it's a great reason to leave the office a little bit early on a fun day. And it's like I said, the appetizers are going to be.
Oh,
fabulous.
I know the food there. I mean, I had the food and beverage manager here sitting right where you're sitting, and his chief chef. So just a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I mean, and I was getting hungrier and hungrier as they were talking more about the food. So I know the food's going to be.
And they're
great.
doing something specifically for us. They're doing a special menu just for us. I'm very excited.
Well, that's good. Okay.
Come more for just for the food, but the food's gonna be great.
Yeah. Well, that's good. So it's it's a good sized room, but I'm sure you're limited seating. So there are still tickets available.
We've currently sold half our tickets. Okay. So we'd love to see the room totally full. I think we will. I'm not really worried about that. So if you are interested, please go ahead and register. You can find us on the wacochamber.com on the events tab, and you can find us under there.
Right, and there you can click on
register
and easily
right there.
register. And you have tables still for sale?
Yes, we have individual tickets, or you can buy a table of 8.
Okay, very good. And so this is such a valuable thing for women who are certainly the ones that are in the workplace, but just in daily life, it's so important to know that there's a mentor, somebody there that's going to help you out and provide, as you say, that feedback and support and encouragement every day.
For sure. for sure.
Yeah, all right.
And it doesn't matter like where you are in your personality, everyone needs encouragement.
Well, I was so delighted to get to meet you. When I saw your last name was Ligon, I thought, is there any possible way somehow she's connected to Helen Ligon? I've never known anybody else with that last name. So, yeah, it's great to have you here in Waco and in this new role at the Greater Waco Chamber of Commerce. This whole series of the Leading Waco Women was just a marvelous idea. And I think it's just been so well received and such a big help. And it's something I look forward to, certainly.
Well, I mean, it'll be my first event, so I'm really excited about it. So it should be great.
All right. Well, it's going to be great. Going to be at the Cambria Hotel. Again, this is from 3 to 5 on May 7th.
Great.
Is there like a deadline before they...
Well, I think the deadline will be the tickets selling out, and I think that's going to happen relatively quickly. So.
Yeah, well, I think you're right there. All right. Well, so get your ticket. And we'll see you there at the Leading Waco Empowering Mentoring Summit. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thank you, Rachel, for everything you're doing for the chamber and the community, and all the best. We'll have you back.
Great.
Certainly,
love to come.
Certainly for the Athena Award. So, anyway, good to have you with us on Central Texas Events. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.